Good morning, my friends. Welcome. Just waking up, as you can tell. Okay, so here's the thing. I posted on my page and in a group yesterday about how I healed my autoimmune that I struggled with for like 20 years. I don't even think I put that many details in the post, and that I did it by doing the inner alchemy, by doing the emotional work that I teach. And I received an overwhelming amount of responses, both in the comments on the post and also in my inbox. And so I realized that this is something that needs to be talked about. And it's no surprise to me that so many people are struggling with an autoimmune. So I'm just going to share a tiny little bit more about my backstory with this, and also the basic assumption I had to make in order to heal this, and how it ties in with what I teach. And then that way, if you're someone who's looking for more support, you can, kind of tell if I feel like the right person for you, or you'll be guided as to like what maybe your next steps to work on healing this are. So hello to whoever's hopping on. It's not showing me. So yeah, I struggled with digestive issues since I was a little girl. I've said this in some videos, but I know I'm growing with my friends, and maybe there's a lot of people on here who haven't heard that. Ever since I was a baby, like my parents had to give me baby laxatives. Now, I grew up in a family, I was born into a family with a lot of dysfunction, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of abuse, a lot of crazy things going on. I say crazy, but this is what happens when, as humans, in our minds, we become far removed from the truth of who we are. So I was born into a lineage that had a lot to clear. And hello, I'm the one here clearing the patterns. So my digestion was something I struggled with. And then by the time, like, I always had food allergies as a kid, and then struggled with an eating disorder. There was a lot of reasons for that. I was like physically abused, a lot of other things going on. And then by the time I went to college, like the stress was so intense. I didn't want to go to school. I never liked school. I wasn't very good at it. I dropped out of college. Story for another day. But my digestive issues were so out of control. I would eat an apple or a salad and be bloated and sick and like lethargic and have to lay down for hours. I wasn't doing well in classes. And so when I went home over break, I went to the GI doctor, and they told me, yeah, like basically your digestive system shot. You have IBS. We don't know why you have it. We don't know what to do about it. There's no cure for IBS. So that was like my first thing. And then I started getting adult cystic acne, and things just started getting worse. And there were just so many things. I can't even get into talking about all of it here, but eventually it turned into an autoimmune, because that's what happens with these things. So fast forward, I'm on my spiritual journey, learning about personal development, and really understanding that there's always an emotional and metaphysical root cause for every illness. And what I found out about acne was that acne is like severe self-rejection, like a lack of self-love, like almost like self-hatred. Also, it's like afraid to show your face to the world, right? It's on your face. And then autoimmune is literally when your body starts to attack itself. So I was like, holy crap, this is all inner work, because I am someone who tried all the things. I went to all the different doctors. I did Western medicine, traditional medicine, all the things. Eastern, I tried everything. I'm sorry, it's kind of early for me, guys, but you get the idea. I tried every single autoimmune paleo diet, everything. I tried shamans, healers, you name it, everything. And I was so frustrated. And even like 2 years ago, I was still suffering with this. And really, I understood that it was me, it was my emotions. I had a lot to heal. And that if I would just do my part instead of trying to fix my body, I understood that my body's natural state is healing. This is the kicker. This is what I want you to take away. This was the basic assumption I needed to come to. So after all my years of personal development, after all my years of studying the law of attraction, I still wasn't healing my body. And I finally had this like really surrender moment where I was like, well, I don't really have any other options, because everything I'm trying is working, and I can drive myself crazy focusing on this problem and trying to fix it. Deep down, I know it's not going to work. Or I can do the one thing I've been avoiding doing, which is the inner work. And guys, if you've heard my story, this happened to me in my money. This happened to me in my business. This happened to me in my relationships. Like this, I'm someone who is very blocked in all the ways, because I had so much emotional shit to clear. And this is why this is exactly what I teach. No matter what you're trying to manifest, this is what I teach. So let me continue. So I had to kind of give up on trying to fix the things on the outer. I had to really detach and just decide to work on me. So the basic assumption I had to come to was that life is good. Life is flowing. The abundance, the goodness, the love, it's flowing. The healing in the body, it's flowing. Like literally your body's designed to be in a constant state of healing. So what I had to look at is what's going on in me? What am I holding on energetically that's not allowing my body to do its job, that's interfering? Where am I in the way? Where am I introducing resistance? Where am I in my own way? And like I said, this happened to me in my money. This happened to me in my business. This happened to me in love and in my body with all these. Also, I had other chronic conditions too, like excruciating back pain. I was always going to the chiropractor, neck, shoulder, like all the things, guys. I was told I needed knee surgery when I was in high school. Like I just had so many issues, right? Just because of like the chronic stress I was holding from all the things. So I started working on me and I really pulled my energy away. It was like how Abraham Hicks says to get out of the energy of the problem and get in the energy of the solution. Well, when you're looking at your body and pointing out that it's broken and going down that spiral, you know what I'm talking about, the spiral where you're like WebMDing all your symptoms and you're like, oh my gosh, and I have SIBO and I have this and I have, and like, I don't have money for fixing all, you know the spiral. I was like, that's the energy of the problem. Like, okay, these symptoms are real, they're happening, but like, why are they happening? And it's always anything that's manifested. I don't care if it's your body, I don't care if it's your money, whatever it is a result of what you're holding inside. We are energetic beings. So the basic assumption I had to make was, I'm an energetic being, I'm generating all of this. And two, the natural flow of life is good. My body's natural state is healing. So let me do my part, which is not trying to micromanage my body. Or if you're trying to heal money flow, it's not to try to micromanage the money. If it's your business, it's not to try to micromanage and get all the clients. It's to work on you and your energy. And when you do that, you're healing it at the root cause. And then the symptoms naturally go away. Things naturally heal. So that is like my clarification of what wants to come through, what I wanted to share as well. And so this is why, guys, I teach the emotional work. And I understand that it's not necessarily the most popular opinion. A lot of people, especially when it's with money or business, but also with your body, they're like, oh, I want a formula. I want a diet. I want like the strategy for the clients. And I can't teach anything other than the emotional, because my only experience and what I deeply believe in based off of the laws of the universe and just how life works is that, it's always about you and your energy and doing your internal healing. Like, I guess I could teach a few little things like surface level that I thought helped my skin or I thought helped my body, but really, like, I know for a fact that the outer things don't really have a whole lot to do with it. I'm someone who teaches that manifestation when you hold it in your heart, knowing that it's yours, that it's done, it's a done deal, that's enough. And your only job is to work through any beliefs that tell you otherwise. And that's exactly what I lead women through, because I know it's simple, but it's not easy. I don't teach that you need to do certain strategies, because to me, that's so surface level. That's, to me, so ego-based. Saying, oh, let me run around and try to find all the things I need to do, as if anything could be stronger than you and your energy. Like, you thinking you need to manipulate things on the outside, the ego thinking that is like, oh, there's something I could do that could stop God, that could stop my spirit, that could stop the flow of life. Well, there's actually nothing. That's actually an illusion. There's nothing you could do that could stop the flow of life. But there's things you can do that get in your own way, that block your way of perceiving it. And we know that we will experience life the way we're believing it to be, the way we're perceiving it to be. Does this make sense? This is some like deeper level mindset and manifestation concepts here. It's really about your experience. And it's not to knock that you're having a real experience in the physical. We can create that, but it doesn't mean that we've like created something so big that God's spirit life cannot fix it. God's spirit life is always flowing. The healing, the goodness, the abundance, the money, the prosperity, the love, it's always flowing. But we can get into these weird little places in our mind where we cut ourselves off from perceiving it. And so then we experience these really tricky things. Oh, good. Michelle says you're speaking my language. I'm like, oh, I just went off on a tangent. This is good. Yeah, this is how I teach, because it's all in your mind. But it shows up as real physical experiences, and then we get really triggered by what's showing up in the physical, and then we want to try to combat it like playing whack-a-mole in the physical, and it doesn't work because it's only in the mind and the energy that we are that we are generating this. So hopefully this makes sense to everyone else. And what I'll just end with is that that's exactly what I teach. Healing of the mind, healing of the heart. Because as we do that, as we unify your mind and your heart, as we get them on the same page, as we heal all the distorted ways of viewing yourself and life, as we go through and we heal the unforgiveness that you're holding on to, the trauma, the feelings of not enough, the beliefs of, oh, I just need to do more, and then it's going to come in. When we heal that, we automatically, let's tie it into the body quick, we automatically calm your nervous system, so your body's in a state where it's able to do its job and heal like it's been trying to all these years. So you get out of the way. And on a physical level, you're feeling better. And energetically, you're vibrating differently. You're not in a state of like very strong resistance. You can calm down. You're able to hear your inner guidance. You're able to get your next steps. Things are able to flow in. If you're someone who's really struggling with money, if you could just calm your nervous system and work on healing your mind and stop focusing on the problem, I guarantee you, if you could just soften a little bit, money would start flowing in. And then you'd have some evidence that, oh, life isn't about poverty, so this is why I teach the way I teach, because my loves, I know ego may have you convinced that there are things outside of your control that are controlling you, but I promise you, you are so powerful that you are generating all of this, even if you don't realize it. So the mind and body know how to heal when we let them. Yes, exactly. And that just has to go back to that basic assumption that I said, that life is good. Life is always flowing. Life is always expanding. The abundance, the goodness, the love, the healing is always flowing. The question is not, why is this happening to me? It's why am I not letting myself perceive the goodness, thereby experiencing it? So this is what I work on in all the ways that I support you. If you would like to have a whole paradigm shift, if you are feeling blocked in any area or all areas of life, or if you are someone who has big dreams and you're like, yeah, but I can't figure out how to make it work. I feel like there's something in me that's the resistance, the anxiety, whatever, maybe it's self-concept. If you're ready for a full paradigm shift, I am leading Desire Queen in a couple weeks here. We're starting in August. This is where I help you embody and become the woman who receives it all. This is where I help you master your energy, thereby mastering your reality. So if you are an ambitious woman, if you know you are here for big things, if you are ready to really master yourself and your reality, and you would like to join us and some other queens who are ready to rise, I invite you to join us. It's a 6-week mastermind. I can link the details after this live. It's also linked in my bio. I do have spaces for one-on-one and semi-private mentoring as well, and a couple self-paced courses. So there's really something for everyone, no matter where you're at. So if you are liking the way I teach and this is vibing with you and it sounds like just what your soul needs, feel free to check those out. You can reach out to me too if you're not sure what the best place for you to start is, and I'd be happy to give you a little guidance and share what feels correct for me. So thank you for joining me. You are so welcome, Michelle. I just wanted to share that because the feedback was overwhelming. And what I want to say, which I don't think I said in the beginning, is that it makes sense to me that so many people are experiencing autoimmune, and I think more people need to speak up about it and share what's actually going on, because I worked in health clinics for years before I started my coaching business, and it was overwhelming, the amount of people who are coming in and how complex these things are. And it's like a trap of the ego to get you stuck in the 3D, to get you stuck in the duality thinking and really focused on the physical, oh my gosh, all these things, let me study all these things. Again, that's the energy of the problem, not the energy of the solution. What I've been explaining here is that really it's the anxiety, it's the stress. I don't know if I fully came out and said it that way, but let me sum up with that. It's early for me, guys. It's the anxiety. It's the stress. It's all these ways that we are not in alignment with ourselves and the truth of who we are. All these ways we are not giving ourselves permission to be our true, authentic selves that cause anxiety, that cause stress, because that's what happens when we're misaligned. And then it shows up in the body, and then it shows up in your money. It shows up as a lack of clients in your business. It shows up as relationships that aren't correct for you. It shows up as all of these things. So it's always about going within and healing yourself. And I promise, as someone who's healed a multitude of chronic illnesses in my body, with zero effort in the physical, I will tell you firsthand, it's completely emotional. And I look at society and how detached we've become from ourselves. You know, especially with the last couple of years, everyone's talking about how their anxiety is increasing and all these things. It's like a lot of awareness on the problem, but still not a whole lot of awareness on the solution. And again, I know that what I teaching that's inner work, is not going to appeal to everyone, because not everyone's ready to do that. Not everyone's actually ready to be in their power, and that's okay. But for those of you who are hearing this and it's resonating, it's sparking something in you, I want to affirm for you that you are extremely powerful. You are powerful beyond what your mind can comprehend. And one of the most self-loving things you can do is discipline yourself enough to really get to know that, to allow yourself to really tap into your power, to really learn how to master your energy, to be brave enough to take a look at these things that have been running your life. Because a lot of the shadow work, you know, these things just want to be seen. They just want to be held. They just want to be acknowledged and accepted. And you'll be amazed at what begins to clear up in your life. Autoimmune, skin issues, chronic pain, digestive issues, money, your business, love, friendships, your overall joy and fulfillment, because these are byproducts of alignment. And alignment happens when we get right with ourselves, because it's not really about you and anyone else. It's about you and you. All right. So I will leave you with that, my loves. Thank you for joining me. It's been lovely to spend a few minutes connecting with you. Everything's linked in my bio, and then in a little bit here, I will go back on Facebook and link the details so it's easier for you to find. But in the meantime, you can check in my bio. Okay. Have a beautiful day. Bye.